All right, hi, my name is Darren, a washed-up student athlete, the guy behind Next Play Athletics, answering all of your questions on recruiting, how to get a college scholarship. If you want a question answered, DM me, leave them in the comments, email me, however you want. I'll answer them privately for you anytime. And if they're good enough and benefit a lot of people, I'll put them on this show for you. Okay, so first question. So this comes from a baseball player. What helps me more, my baseball high school team or a travel team? This is a question you get a lot. I think it really depends. It depends on where you come from, how good your high school is, how good your travel ball team is, because both can be really good or both can be really bad. I'll give you a name. His name's Larry Walker. So pretty proud because I was a Canadian baseball player, and he's the second Canadian in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He did not play high school baseball at all, which is true because we don't even have high school baseball in Canada. So he played at the club level. So what I recommend you do in your town, go to your high school team, go to your club team, ask yourself, who have they moved on more? What coach is with that program? Has your high school team moved more kids onto the level of your choice? Or has your club team moved more kids onto the level of your choice? And that's what you should be looking for. So it really depends on your area, who your coach is, what your prestige of your school is, if it's 1-star, 2-star, 5-star. That would be my recommendation. So again, it depends. It's not set in stone whether you should play club or you should play high school. All right, next question is, what do coaches like to see in a recruit? Okay, this question is pretty broad and probably the number one thing asked all the time by parents, by players, even by coaches themselves, right? So I can't really speak to every sport because every sport's different. Every sport has different needs on what it takes to be successful on the field, different attributes, different stats, different makeup of an individual, right? So I won't talk sport specific because I'm not, I don't know what a golf coach is looking for. Or I don't know, I have an idea of what a golf coach is looking for, idea what a volleyball coach is looking for, but I can't specifically talk for them. So I'm just going to give you some of my advice because I was a community college coach at one point. I was talking to recruits. I was walking them around campus. So I'll just give you an example of what I don't like to see in a college recruit because that was the question. And this will cover all of the sports. Number one, what I don't like to see is a bad online presence. And this is something everybody can control. So this is what your email looks like. Don't make it like 420sniper69@gmail.com, right? I'm just going to throw that out like you're ridiculous. Like make it something about your name. Your online presence on social media. Are you out there being an idiot, or are you like actually have a social media where like, okay, you have your huddle or you have your video linked or you have all of your information linked and you're liking our posts and you're following us and you're on there to use it as a recruiting tool, not just to use it against yourself, because a lot of people do that and it's pretty bad. Another thing I don't like to see is a lazy communicator or no communication at all. So don't just make your parents or coach do all of the work. All coaches want to understand and communicate who they're getting as a college recruit. And if you haven't had any contact with your coach, speak to them, met them, it's too big of a risk for them to take on you. You want to be a good communicator and take responsibility and communicate who you are and why you're a good fit for that program. And then third thing, probably someone who's like not self-aware at all. I don't like to see that. So if they're not ready for that level, or if they're not big enough, or if you're talking to a freshman who is 120 pounds and you're looking for a first baseman who's 6'4", right? It's not a good fit, and they just keep thinking, oh, why am I not getting recruited, or why this or why that? Well, you're not self-aware. You don't realize that you're probably not a good fit for that, either academically, athletically, or a person, right? So just be self-aware and realize that if you aren't ready for that level, you can make strides to get ready for that level and take responsibility for that. All right, third question. How old can I be to play college sports? All right, this is a good question, fair question, because when I graduated, I was like, I could probably play hockey too, right? So the real answer is here. The NCAA Division I and Division II have age limits on when you can start to be a student athlete. NCAA Division I and Division II, you get a year after you graduated, so pretty much everyone is 19. That's the age limit to play NCAA Division I and Division II. The only exception is you can get hardship waivers if you signed with a school in medical school and haven't started yet, or hockey. So hockey is age 21, then you can get into the NCAA. This is because the way amateur hockey is structured, and there is a lot of junior hockey out there, so that goes up to age 21. But other organizations such as NCAA Division III, NAI, U Sports, there's no age limit, so you can actually, that's where you get those E60 episodes of like a 61-year-old kicker on a Division III program. But there's always a 4-year clock or 5-year clock depending on your organization. So once you start, you can't start at age 18, take 4 years off, play at age 24, take another year off, play at age 26. Your clock starts as soon as you are a part of that team. So if you want a question answered yourself, just DM, put it in the comments. I'll help answer them for you. And if you're lucky enough, they could get on this series.